Hey mama, I wanted to make a video for you that you can watch and hopefully fix up just a couple little things that you may be doing wrong right away, and then before our call tomorrow, things that you can use for your next couple feeds, since I know you have like 20 of them. I'm sure your baby's cluster feeding. And just know that colostrum feeds are like savage and very thick liquid, and the baby's working really hard for colostrum, so she's probably sucking quite hard, and it's pretty rough on your nips right off the bat. So know that once your milk comes in a few days, it won't be quite as wretched. So anyways, my baby is asleep, so I've got my boppy on, and I got a little piggy here, and I'm going to try to show you just a few little positioning tips that might help you tonight. So I think the first thing that I was doing wrong that I didn't realize until the IBCLC showed me was that I used to take Rory and kind of put her on her like shoulder, like the shoulder that was down on the boppy, and would twist her head up, and we were kind of feeding like that, like her belly was sort of exposed to the ceiling and her head was twisted up, drinking like that. And the lactation consultant told me, you want to go put your baby on the boppy and go full belly to belly, so it's like their back is completely exposed to the room in front of you, and their whole body is completely flat. I know your baby's fucking arms are going to be flailing around all over the place, and babies are batshit, but if you can get her little arm that's against the boppy to be kind of like cradling your rib on this side, and then this arm can kind of just do whatever. A lot of the time they're going to want to hold your boobie, or if they're really relaxed. I'm sure your newborn's not, but sometimes they'll just have it laying on the side. So anywho, so completely belly to belly. Now Piggy is a little bit small compared to my baby. Actually, Piggy might be closer to your baby size, since she's a wee little thing. But you want to have the diaper kind of right under your other breast that you're not feeding on. I'm feeding on my left breast. And you are taking this arm and shoulder, and you're squeezing her in really tight, like really secure to your rib cage. So I don't know, it just makes them feel comfy and more womb-like and more comforted. So yeah, you're kind of squeezing her in. And then this is another tip that I was doing wrong for weeks, is you want to hold baby's head kind of back where like these bone, like the bottom of your skull, like the lymph node sort of under the, right behind the ears, that are like on the outer part of the neck. That's where you're holding baby, and you're doing like a pretty firm grip back there. You're not pushing on the top of the head. Babies have like an automatic reflex that if you're pushing on the top of your head, they want to push back, and they don't have that same reflex closer to the neck. So that's sort of where you're positioning your hand, and you can get a lot of control like that on your baby's head. And also, like, you're not going to break your baby, so don't be scared to be kind of firm with her and really maneuver her around and really maneuver her head. So yep, keep it down there. Don't push back on the top part of her head, or she'll want to push back and unlatch and stuff like that. Another tip is that, so you're bracing tightly on the back of the skull, or bottom of the skull near the neck, and when you align, I don't know if I can get this angle. Move your ear, Piggy. When you align your baby to your nip, you're not doing mouth to nip, so it's not like blurp right on the nip. You're kind of aligning her nose to your nipple. So think of like your nipple being a straight line out. Nose is going to be aligned, not mouth. Mouth is going to look lower over here. And your baby's latch reflex is on her chin. So to get her interested, you can kind of tickle her nose a little bit and be like, tickle, tickle, we're gonna do latch. But the latch open, the reflex in a baby is touching her chin. So if you can maneuver her head a little bit and go boop, 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 on the front part of your boobie and say, chin time, time to open, that's going to be the latch reflex. Even some lactation consultants will tell you, boop their nose. Booping their nose will get them interested and get them to smell the milk, but the nose reflex, if you boop a baby's nose with your nipple, that's actually that's the suckle reflex. So you don't want to push only that reflex. Your baby will suckle your nipple in. So she'll like chew your nipple in. The goal is not to do that. The goal is to get her to open. So yeah, try the chin, see if that gets her to open, because you don't want your baby chewing your nipple in. That's what fucks up your nip. So you're going boop boop chin. She's gonna open, but she's not gonna open wide. So I'm sure you've been watching like YouTube videos and stuff like that where they're like showing these 6 fucking month old babies who are like, ooh, and they have this giant hamburger latch. Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen for you. It's not even happening for me yet. Your baby doesn't know how to open that wide, and their mouths are teeny tiny, especially your baby because she's like kind of a preemie. Her mouth is only gonna open like as big as an M&M, and it's gonna be tough for a while. So just know like you're being gaslit by all those YouTube videos, and I was too. You're not crazy. Your baby's not gonna latch open like a Muppet mouth like everyone makes it seem like they're going to. They're just fucking not. So just do the best you can. So tickle the chin, boop boop. And then this is the other thing I was doing wrong for so long was cramming my nipple into my baby's mouth. It's like baby Rory would open and I would like move my shoulder forward and push my nipple into her mouth. Don't do that. What the goal here, and I'm going to show you, you're going to be holding your boob tube, and I'm holding my phone, so I'm going to have to show you with my different hand, but the goal is to cram your baby's face onto your boob. You don't move. Don't move your boob. You're going to be holding your boob with your left hand. Fuck, I hope you're righty. Anyways, opposite if you're not. But this is the hold you're going to be doing on your tete. Put your index finger, index finger and your middle finger right below your boobie, but like on your rib cage. So not like this. Some people will tell you do hamburger. You and I have small boobs, so I think this is better. Right below your rib cage, and then you're going to do kind of a C grip on the top of your nips. So, yep, this is hamburger. That works better for big old titty ladies. You and I are small boobs, so you're kind of just elevating your tit a little bit with these fingers. Do a C, and that's how you're gonna, you don't need to compress too much. This is just to get kind of a firmer nip so the baby can catch it. So you're gonna hold like this. So you're gonna be doing that the whole time, but obviously I'm holding my phone with my left hand, so can't do it both at the same time. But anyways, doing the C grip with your left hand, super firm with your right, belly to belly, crunch her in real tight under your other boob, and boop boop, touch the chin, boop boop, she's gonna open a little bit. And then this is something that I actually didn't have a lactation consultant really tell me this verbatim, but I have tried this a lot and I have found this does okay. It's a really quick motion, so you might have to practice and like unlatch baby and relatch if she's not fucking screaming, but you can even imagine babies starting to open. If you can manage to do this quickly enough, you can kind of drag her bottom lip lightning fast along your breast to get it to flange open, and then cram her on. So a little like drag cram. If you can catch it. Her mouth might be too small. Rory's mouth isn't even all that big to be doing that, but it's helped a couple times. And anyways, don't forget, don't move your boob or chest. You have control on baby's head, and you want to wait until she opens enough, cram her head on, and then if you're like me and like baby's mouth is just too small and she's never learned my baby has never learned to open her mouth enough to get a decent latch right off the bat, just straight up. That's why breastfeeding has been such a fucking nightmare for me. But once you're latched, if her bottom lip is curled in, if it's just too small, like you're not getting a good flange, just manually pull her chin down with your opposite hand. So that's going to be you. She's suckling, it hurts, it's not great, you know, the latch isn't wide enough. You're going to let me think. What I've done is taken my left hand off of my breast, switched hands, pain in the fucking ass, but do it. Switched hands, so cupped baby's head just for a moment. Hopefully she doesn't unlatch. If she does, I'm sorry, but cup her hand just for a moment, and then take your dominant hand, and you're going to literally take her little chin and pull it down and get that, not her lip, you're not pulling her lip, because really, you don't just need this to be wider, you need the whole mouth to be wider. So pull her little chin, and it's gonna force her bottom lip down a little bit to open the latch up a little bit wider. And yeah, try that. See if you can get her latch to open a little bit wider and suck a little bit more of your nipple in. It's a pain in the ass, I know, but that's kind of the first step to like training baby that like to open a little bit wider, that she can't just be suckling on the end of your nipple. And that's, I've had to do that a lot. So like rarely have I gotten a perfect latch right off the bat. But I've not been exclusively breastfeeding, and Rory and I are like super behind in breastfeeding because we've done so many bottles and I've been exclusively pumping for weeks since I had mastitis. So anywho, hopefully you guys are able to like get the groove of things quicker than we did and like stick with it. So anywho, I think those are all the tips I have. I'm trying to think if there's anything else to share with you. Yeah, I think, I guess once you get the baby latched, if it's still feeling a little bit, like the goal is to get the nipple forced up toward the roof of her mouth, toward the back of her soft palate. So if you're still feeling a little bit like grindy, this doesn't usually help me a ton, but the IBCLC did tell me that you can continue to scoot them back a little bit. So if they're straight on, you can force their head back a little bit, which points, you know, obviously that would be pointing their nose like toward your armpit. So if she's like that, point her nose toward your armpit a little bit, and that may help her to suck your nipple more toward the roof of her mouth instead of toward the back of her throat. So that might help a little bit. I've made that adjustment a bunch and I'm not convinced it feels much different. I think the biggest thing is just getting that jaw open a little bit wider. Lips flanged for sure helps a bit. Yeah, so those are pretty much all the tips I was going to show you tomorrow. I just thought I'd make this because it occurred to me that like I have no fucking idea how I'm even going to film myself breastfeeding my baby tomorrow. But solidarity though, we can still do it. And yeah, I can wince through my right boob latch with you as you wince through your latches, because I'm telling you, girl, we've never gotten right boob down. Left boob is like, I've almost got it down to completely painless. And I'm like, oh yeah, why don't I like breastfeeding? And then it's like, oh yeah, because when I flip baby to the right and she fucking annihilates my right tit every time. So, anywho, hope that helps a little bit tonight. And you can review this vid a few times if you need to. And I know it's like 20 different things at once and it's really overwhelming. And breastfeeding is crazy and not intuitive for either of you. So I love you and hang in there. And I hope at least one out of however many of these tips helps a little bit. That's my baby crying on the baby monitor. Gotta go.